Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Richard Wilmore.
Sit, relax. I always get very excited when I get to talk about things I love, which is most of the time on this show. Today's topic is personal for me, and I know it's going to change your life. We are talking about plant-based cooking and eating. Please welcome the authors of the book, Healthy Eating Adventure, The Science, Success Stories, and Recipes for a Plant-Based Lifestyle. We have the science side covered by Dr. Elizabeth George and the recipe side covered by Chef Nick Iula. Nick is going to share his unbelievable personal story from dropping 80 pounds, getting off all of his medication for conditions like gout and sleep apnea, and saving his own life. And Dr. Liz is going to break down the science and biochemistry of why this lifestyle works for everything from high cholesterol to depression. It's a lot happening in the next 20 minutes, so get ready. Hit it, Big Infinite.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Well, I always get very excited when I get to talk about things I love, which is most of the time on this show. But Elizabeth and Nick are here. We're talking about plant-based cooking and eating. So welcome.
Oh, hi. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
That you're plant-based.
I'm very excited to have you both here to talk about the book, Healthy Eating Adventure. It's a long title, but it's a good one. Healthy Eating Adventure, The Science, Success Stories, and Recipes for a Plant-Based Lifestyle.
Yes.
Congratulations on that coming out.
Thank you
Thank you
so much. Yeah.
What are people going to find in the book?
Wonderful recipes.
Yeah. And fantastic science.
It's you know what it's based around is the amazing results we saw from our Healthy Eating Adventure program. And we just couldn't believe it. All the changes, not just in blood pressure and cholesterol and diabetes and gout and but also autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was cool, Rich, was that people said, I'm sleeping better. I have more energy. My depression's gone. How are you? Have you gotten over depression? And one young man said to me, Dr. Liz, I've had anxiety all my life, and now I'm not anxious anymore.
Wow.
Do you think that this made a difference in my anxiety? It's incredible. And Nick says this saved my life.
Yeah.
I agree with everything Dr. Liz has mentioned. And in my case, I think it could have very well saved my life. Just to give you an idea, this is a size extra large shirt, and look how baggy it is. And before I started this lifestyle, I was wearing double X shirts that were real tight. I really needed to be 3X, but I dropped about 80 pounds. I'm off of all my meds. I had a long list of stuff. I had gout. I had acid reflux at nighttime. Ridiculously high cholesterol, triglycerides at 2,000, sleep apnea. And when I switched to lifestyle, everything started going away one at a time. And the first 6 weeks, lots of stuff went away. My gout went away. My acid reflux went away. My sleep apnea went away. And then after about 5 or 6 months, my numbers were fantastic. My cholesterol was around, it still is about 140, between 120 and 140. Everything's great. I couldn't be happier. Plus, I felt
interview over. Everything's great. Couldn't be happier. The end. How long has it been for each of you that you've been plant-based?
Oh, well, I started in 2010 when we created this program because of the dyshealth we were seeing in the country. I mean, as you know, in the 90s and 2000s, there was a rapid increase in all of the chronic diseases. And you asked what's in the book. What we talk about is we kind of review the impact of the standard American diet and how it sabotaged our health and our taste buds. And we review that because our hope is that if people understand that, they're going to be so annoyed at these processed food, and that they're just going to say, I'm not going to do it anymore. And then we present all of these success stories, which are just amazing. And I provide the medical background, or the kind of the biochemistry of it, the science of it, but in people terms, so people can go, this isn't just woo woo. This is real. This is how our body works.
Mhm.
And you can see that when you put in the foods, the nutrients that your body needs, and you leave out the stuff that's harming it, it just makes this dramatic difference. And we
What
try
a
to,
concept, right?
yeah, yeah, isn't that funny? What a concept.
Yeah, yeah, that's so funny. I started in 2003, maybe 2004. I had a friend who was vegan, showed me one of those pamphlets, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. So I was vegetarian for maybe a year or two. And then I realized the same thing where I was like, oh, my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. Like I got so used to not feeling well that I didn't realize I wasn't feeling good. And then when I stopped, I was like, oh, all of these things started feeling better and working better and like sleeping better. And I have never really looked back.
That's great.
It's been
Yeah.
life changing. Yeah.
And don't you love how beautiful the foods are? The beautiful colors,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and your taste buds are alive. You know, you don't need salt and sugar and fat to, you need like the lovely tastes of all the herbs and the fruits and the vegetables, and it's just it's just amazing to
Yeah.
think. And you're served a dish of food, and it's just so beautiful.
I know. Yes.
It's
Yes.
really
And I
true.
started it back in the day when, Boca Burgers, there was one burger, and that's all you had. And I was in I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so we didn't have a ton of options for vegan restaurants or food in the grocery store, things like that. But um, how did the two of you connect with each other?
Well, when we started the Healthy Eating Adventure program, which was we would bring together the and we started it because we wanted to do something for our town, bring them together,
Mhm.
get them to eat healthily. And we group together 40, 50 people, and we provide the information on what the whole food plant-based is and how to do it and how to shop and how to cook. And each week they come back and share a potluck for a month. But because they're all bringing one of the dishes they've been adventuring with, they can see all this wonderful food, and they go, how did you do this? My goodness, where did you buy this? Boy, if you can do this, I can do this. And they very quickly take it on. So we took the program on the road, so to speak, and we went to other places. And we asked at Nick's University, Shippensburg,
Yes.
if they could host us. And there was Nick. And the first interview I had with Nick to explain to him what the dining service was going to need to serve for the introductory meal. And he's telling me about, oh, I'm a wonderful eater. Oh, I'm eating all this wonderful cheese and this and that. And I went, So Nick was the dining service director, and he very quickly because he's such a creative guy, and you'll see this in his recipes, but he quickly took it on, and even started bringing it to the students and stuff through what they were serving. So he was part of one of the programs, and he was a participant, but he became a role model.
Yeah.
I remember we were requested to put on a buffet for opening night for the Healthy Eating Adventure, and Dr. Liz says, it has to be vegan, no added fats, no added sodium, no added sugar. And my mind went, wait a minute. I'm thinking back when I was a student at Johnson Wales Culinary School, and I'm thinking, I remember Chef Leeper teaching us in class, if you want food to taste good, you must have one of these three ingredients: salt, sugar, or fat. and now I have to omit all three of them. And I was really challenged, and I loved it. I jumped on board immediately. In fact, moments after Liz left my office, I contacted my wife, Roberta, and I said, Roberta, I go, how would you like to be vegan, but not just regular vegan? You know, we're going to forget the fat, we're going to forget the salt, forget the sugar, go on low processed foods. And she said, as long as I don't have to cook, I don't care.
Well, that's where you come in.
Yes, and I love cooking. I that's the best part about being retired is I get to cook whenever I want, as long as I want, as short as I want, and I don't have any budgetary restraints. And speaking of vegan food, it's much more cost effective than buying animal proteins.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's fun how we wrote the book also.
yes.
Nick and I were just talking about the fabulousness of the food, and I commented on how, Nick brings these delicious dishes to the buffet and how everybody loves them. And he mentioned about culinary school, like they never were taught that. And I said, well, in medical school, we're not taught this. And doctors these days don't say to their patients, look, this lifestyle change would heal this problem.
Yeah.
And so, and Nick said,
and I said, wow, they don't teach us that in culinary school. We should write a book.
And I said, I've been thinking of writing a book too. And we said, yeah, a conversation between a doctor and a chef. And really, it was really cool that we just were so excited about these changes. And Nick had these wonderful recipes, and he has recipes, cooking with kids and international recipes, all the foods that, the different foods, the different countries. Yeah. So it was just a lot of fun going from bringing Shippensburg into the program and then we're writing this book. It was fun.
You know what? One of the best things about this lifestyle, the food, you could really experiment. Unlike if you're cooking with meat, you have to be so careful on the flavors. You have to make sure you properly cook the meat so it's not undercooked. But with this vegan lifestyle, there's an enormous amount of room for experimentation. You don't have to worry about undercooking your vegetables. You don't have to really worry. Even overcooking them, they're still palatable.
Oh my God, my favorite thing is like burnt broccoli. Like I love
roasted in the oven.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you call it, roasted. I call it burning because that's I'm not a good cook at all. So it might not start out as being roasted broccoli when I start out, but it ends up being roasted broccoli, and I love it.
You know what's cool? So when you have burnt broccoli and vegetables, it doesn't create these weird glycosylated products that when you do that to meat, they're actually cancer causing.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can burn your vegetables all you want, but one of the adverse effects of meat is these glycosamines that it makes.
Do any of the nutrients go away in vegetables when you overcook them?
It's a good question. Actually some of the nutrients pop out when you cook them. They become more vibrant. But if you really boil things for a long time, you kind of need to diminish some of the nutrients in them. Of course, those nutrients aren't even in meat. So, but but the interesting thing is, then you can use that water as a stock, the boiling water, use it for stock in another dish, and you get all the vitamins there.
Oh, that's so smart. Yeah, I'd never thought of that.
Can we talk about the microbiome?
I thought you'd never ask. I've always wanted to do a show on the microbiome, and here we are. Go for it.
Well, it's just that it's just such an amazing phenomenon. And over the last 15 years, it's become really familiar. I mean, in the past, the bacteria that are in your gut were thought to be demons that cause disease. But it turns out you have healthy gut bacteria that are key to your health. They are what the healthy bacteria, healthy gut bacteria, microbiome, they process fiber and make, this is just one example, make a molecule called butyrate. That butyrate is what nourishes your whole gut wall. And so the whole strength of your gut, its whole ability to absorb things, its whole ability to keep out stuff that doesn't belong, its ability to make gliptins, which is what your Ozempia is, and is maintained. Whereas when you have bad bacteria in there, and the bad bacteria live off of meat and processed food and everything, they actually disrupt the bowel wall, and they make it leaky gut. And they break down some of the molecules. Like healthy bacteria help you absorb tryptophan, which you use which is then sent to the brain to make serotonin. The nasty bacteria, they break it down. They use it for themselves. And so that's one example of how the mood improves, because you get your tryptophan back and you get your serotonin popping in your brain to help with that. So that microbiome is key to preventing inflammation. It's key to balance in your immune system. So it's like, it's just amazing. What questions do you have?
Well, mostly what do half those words mean, but also I want to know some myths, I guess, in plant-based eating and cooking that pop off the top of your head.
Oh, what? It's not boring, that's for sure. It's really, really interesting. It's really fascinating. It's quick. It's easy. There's ridiculous variety. It just goes on and on and on. And it's very cost effective. I mean, I don't know what else I can.
People think that it's going to be boring or take too much time, but I had this one patient who took it on, and she said, Dr. George, since I've been cooking this way, my daughter has been coming by and she brings friends and we talk and we chop together. So it's actually a community builder, and it's making cooking fun again. Whereas that's totally been taken away from us by people saying, eat fast foods, you got to rush. But the whole food plant-based, among other things, brings back your time with your family and you're enjoying meals together. And it's just, so the myth that you're taking too much time, blah, 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 that's just, it's ridiculous. What could be more valuable? What more valuable use of your time than creating health? Instead of spending your time in a hospital or an emergency or taking pills. Go ahead.
No, go.
Okay, so the other one is like the big question again, where do you get your protein? And I want to say to them, well, where do you get your vitamins? Where do you get your nutrients? But I tell them also, I hiked the Himalayas last year. I think I'm getting enough protein.
Okay.
One of the things I'd like to share that we really emphasize in the book is the concept of umami. In the United States or in Western countries, there hasn't really, umami wasn't even recognized as a taste bud until the 1970s. In the Eastern countries, it's always been in their culinary world. But what the recipes focus on is trying to build umami. Another better way to describe umami is savoriness. And we developed the savoriness through concentrating the flavors, including natural foods high in umami. Tomatoes are high in umami. Mushrooms are high in umami. Garlic powder and onion powder, very, very high in umami. A lot of my recipes, I'll use fresh garlic to get the delicious flavor of fresh garlic, and then powdered garlic, so we don't omit any of the umami. And between the concentration of the flavors, between the raw ingredients high in natural umami, the food has like wonderful savory flavors. You don't miss the lack of salt. You don't miss the sugar, because you have all this wonderful savoriness in there.
Well, you have taste buds for umami.
Yes,
And
we do.
you
Yes,
have
yes.
taste buds that are really sensitive to salt and
Mhm.
sugar. And all they need is the slight salt or sugar that's naturally in food.
Right.
And when we've been eating all this processed food, those taste buds have been sent through the roof, and our brain has gotten addicted and wanting more and more and more and more and more. And the taste bud sensitivity has been decreased.
Mhm.
So it takes more and more and more. And now you have this wonderful umami flavor. You have this more subtle sugar salts that come from the foods. And it's just wonderful.
Yes. Yeah. What are some of the recipes that are in the book?
Well, there's several hundred, but I'll tell you one of my favorite recipes. Um, I love mayonnaise, and that's taboo on 1,000 different levels. And it's so very, very easy. You get tofu, preferably silken tofu. You put it in the blender. You put a little garlic powder. You put a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of Dijon mustard, a little bit of black pepper, and then and some lemon juice, and then you puree it in your blender, and it looks exactly like mayonnaise, and you can use it in place of mayonnaise. The texture is spot on.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you can, and then once you have that, you can do 1,000 things from it. You can add tarragon, and now you have a tarragon mayonnaise. You can add oat milk or soy milk, stretch it out, and throw in a bunch of nutritional yeast, and now you have a white sauce to have with your whole wheat pasta.
And you can add basil.
You can add fresh
And
basil to it, or even dried basil. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. It's so that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite recipes, because it's so incredibly simple. Probably my favorite. I love hummus. I absolutely love hummus, and so I make hummus a lot. I almost always have it in my refrigerator, and there's some lots of hummus recipes, different variations of it.
And there's a wonderful, his mom was a chef all the time, and taught him a lot of things. There's a wonderful puttanesca tomato sauce.
Yes.
And other tomato sauces. Just like flavor he builds the flavor so beautifully with the different herbs and spices, and the flavors just.
The book, it's not so much just a cookbook. It's sort of like a how-to book, and it describes how to make foods more flavorful. You layer your ingredients. You add one ingredient at a time, and then you incorporate it, or you might cook it a little bit, or you just stir it a little bit. Then you add another ingredient. You don't just dump everything in the pot at one time. And I
I do too.
It's too stressful.
It's okay. It's okay if you've been doing it the other way, because it'll still taste delicious.
it'll still be delicious. Yeah, it'll still be. It's not as fun. It's not as fun when you dump it on. It's much more fun to do.
I just want to get it over so I can eat it. That's that's what I want. Who would you say that healthy eating adventure is for? Like people who are curious about being plant-based, people who have been plant-based for years? Like who should be picking up the book?
Actually, both of those. If they're plant-based curious, if they just want to know what they've been eating all these years, or if they are whole food plant-based already, and they just want more, it's good, provides good information for them to share with their friends and say, hey, here's some more information on, and it'll add recipes for them. It's really kind of fun to know the science behind what's happening. And I think people, so really anybody, it's not too complicated for anybody, and it's got fun information to share.
And we
Right.
get to talk about your biome. So,
Oh, we have to talk about our bio? Oh,
your
our,
biome. Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
it's in the, yeah. So there's a whole chapter on the microbiome.
I love it. I love how each of you get excited about very specific parts of the book, and that's why it's a good partnership for this book.
Yeah. Yes, it's an excellent partnership.
It's actually a conversation. It really is. Yeah.
I love that. What's the best way that people can connect with each of you out there in the world?
We have the healthyeatingadventure.org website, and they can reach us that way.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That's probably the best way.
Yeah.
You can give them our emails. You can give them
And their phone numbers and their addresses are. No, we won't do that. We won't. We'll just next time though. We should go to Nick's house and have him cook us some food.
Oh, I would love that.
Throwing that out there.
I would love that
for next time you're on the show.
Mhm.
Before we head out today, will you play a game with me?
Sure.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Elizabeth. Okay, thank you. It's not scary and it's not difficult. There's no pressure. However, if you win, and the game is called 3 in 5, if you win, the entire non-existent studio audience gets a copy of Healthy Eating Adventure. So no pressure, okay? I'm going to give you categories. They're food related. And you have 5 seconds to name 3 things in those categories. And you're both playing together, so just shout things out. You're not taking turns. Just shout them out when you know them, okay?
So we're a team, right?
Yes. Yes. If you get 3 out of 5, everybody wins a copy of Healthy Eating Adventure. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 leafy greens.
Kale, arugula, spinach.
There, done. 1 down. See how easy that is? Name 3 dairy-free milk alternatives.
Oat milk, flaxseed milk, soy milk.
Done. This is too easy. I need to make this game harder next time you're here.
And the best one in there is the soy milk.
Soy.
Because it really nutritionally is the best.
Out of all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. What about I knew this was going to happen, is I was going to have so many questions that this is going to take way longer than 10 minutes. All the talk about too much soy and don't have too much tofu and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that's a myth. That's a good one to bring up, because they're talking about the phytoestrogens and they're going, oh my God, that's too much estrogen. But actually those phytoestrogens interact with a different receptor than the regular estrogen, or the estrogen that you sometimes get when you eat meat and other animals. But the human and animal estrogen interacts with the receptors that stimulate growth. And so actually they would stimulate growth of cancer. Whereas the plant esters, they help block them and calm them down and balance them out. So actually people who eat tofu and societies where they eat a lot of tofu have less breast cancer. And man boobs, men do not get man boobs from eating tofu.
Yes. I think that's hilarious. That people that's what, I don't know. I just think some of the myths out there are so funny.
That is a myth, but they have definitely shown that in the research that's not accurate.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question in the game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 natural sweeteners or fruit-based swaps.
Agave, maple syrup, date syrup.
Yeah, and orange, blueberry, and strawberry.
Yes, we did it. Everybody in the audience, the non-existent studio audience, is getting a copy of Healthy Eating Adventure, and I thank you both so much for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here and for putting this out there, for doing the work you're doing, for educating people and entertaining them. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so
So
much.
great.
The same for you and the work that you do. We
Well,
appreciate
thank you.
It,
Come back
it
anytime.
wasn't so bad. It was harmless. It was a great
See, I
interview.
told you. Took
It
longer
was-
than I said it was going to, though. But it was. Next time we're cooking, and we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna be back after this. Don't go away. I believe in the power of learning, and so does Smart Deal Academy. This incredible nonprofit serving the greater Charlotte area is changing lives through personalized tutoring, homeschool teaching, and enrichment classes for students of all ages. From pre-K phonics to private music and Spanish lessons, Smart Deal creates a safe, joyful space where kids grow in confidence and curiosity. This work only happens because of generous donations from those who believe every student deserves a chance to thrive. Every dollar fuels one-on-one support, creative programming, and the kind of encouragement that sticks with a child for life. Be a part of that impact by visiting smartdeal.com and make a tax-deductible donation today. Let's build a brighter future together. Hey, welcome back. This week is the final episode of season 3 of Before You Go, the podcast I'm lucky enough to get to work on for Abode down there in San Antonio, Texas. Take a look at this clip.
I feel like the way the house was nestled in among the trees is almost like the trees are embracing Abode. And throughout the property, the meditation trails wind around the trees, and that huge heritage oak in the back by the labyrinth is just like, you just kind of feel a kinship to it. And I know that it's sort of mothering all of us. Yeah, they're very important.
You can learn more about Abode at abodehome.org. And if you need help with your podcast, send me an email at makeyourdayricher@gmail.com. Tomorrow's show, Jackie will be here from Homeward Bound Guest House right here, local, Union County. It's a great, great place to learn about fostering puppies and hopefully soon her podcast. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. Bye-bye.